In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to find your ideal clients with your LinkedIn content. So let's get started. This training is right for you if you have a somewhat clear understanding of how your ideal client looks like. So you know their age, their business experience, you know how much money they make, you know where in the world they live, you know their desire to change, and you know their core values, amongst a few other things, right? Yet you struggle to reach them and initiate a good conversation. You've tried posting content on LinkedIn with little to no results, and besides a few likes here and there, your coworkers, your high school friends, nothing really substantial happened. And here's the thing, in the last 4 years, we've worked with over 100 entrepreneurs and business owners, and 99% of them face this actual problem that I'm going to show you in this video. And the solution here comes down to the following. You want to identify these elements, and I'm going to show you in a second, because this is a crucial step in the process of really speaking to your ideal clients. Do this process right, and they literally think that you read their mind. As you can see here, Andrew, he reached out, "Hey Jesse, your post resonated with me. We had a great conversation," and we signed him on board. Before everything, before your ideal client even wants to listen to you, you as a service provider, you have to break through a wall. So you have to break through a wall of false beliefs, mental obstacles, frustrations and obstacles, objections, and so onwards. And that's exactly where you step in. Because as a service provider, as a marketer, as a creator, it's your responsibility to address and solve these things before they become an issue. And yes, of course, without further ado, I'm talking about their emotions. I'm talking about the emotions of your ideal client, because you want to tap into those and use them in your content. And not just any emotions, but the following 5 core emotions are absolutely crucial in this process. And here I want to introduce the acronym FODOF. So remember this. It's short for fears, objections, desires, obstacles, and frustrations. And using these emotions in your content will mean the difference between getting crickets, aka no leads, no engagement on your post, and getting replies from your ideal clients. You want to tap into these core emotions and you will strike gold. As you can see in the example, I'm tapping into the desire of our target audience, our ideal clients. Remember when you started your business, the freedom, the excitement, etc., etc. The next day, as you can see in the screenshot here below, we got 15 inbound messages, inbound leads coming from that post. So here's how you can find these emotions. Fears, of course, we start with one of the strongest emotional levers you can pull. You want to tap into the fear of your ideal client. So what is holding them back from taking action? What are the things they worry about? What would it cost them to stay where they are right now? As you can see in the example here, Jasmine, he speaks to copywriters and aspiring copywriters, and as he once was in that position, he knows how they feel. He knows it. He knows their fear. So he's just literally calling that out. What if no one reads it? What if no one likes it? What do I even write about? And by using quotation marks, he indicates that it's not necessarily his words, but he's paraphrasing or quoting someone else. So it's a really good way of inviting people that have these fears to read the rest of the post, right? So number 1, fears, strongest emotional levers you can pull. Objections. This is actually one of my favorite levers to pull, and I will go in detail about that in a second. But you want to use here the words and the thoughts of your ideal clients against them. So what are the things your ideal clients, they tell themselves why they can't take action? And what are the arguments that they make on a sales call? Because especially the second point, you can use your content to dismantle and remove these objections from being an issue in sales calls. So as you can see in the example here is I'm paraphrasing or I'm quoting a lead, or many leads actually. Why would I want to hire a coach to grow on LinkedIn while all information can be found for free? That's a great question, right? Because it is correct. Like all the information can be found on LinkedIn, on YouTube, videos like this, on ChatGPT, Google, you name it. But why do people buy programs? Why do people hire coaches? It is because they want the information, sure, but they pay for implementation, guidance, support, accountability, like troubleshooting, all these things that information alone can't really do, right? Number 3, desires. And this is also a positive emotion to tap into. You want to visualize the ideal future for your client. So what would life look like if they work with you? So what are the dreams, the goals they got for themselves? in the example you see on the screen, Ken Jarmus does an excellent way of highlighting this desire for his target audience. And he's basically very clear, like, hey, how to build a crazy profitable consulting business without hiring another person, because that's exactly what he does with his business. So the right people that have this desire will lean into and read the rest of the post, and most likely reach out to Ken because they have a desire that he, as he shows in his content, can help them solve. Obstacles, number 4. So you want to familiarize yourself with your ideal client by highlighting the excuses people make. It's important to know here that excuses are often like external, so external circumstances that people kind of blame. So what problem is your ideal client currently facing? What are the circumstances they blame for not taking action? And as you can see in the example here, the days that leads just magically appeared in your inbox, handing over their money, are gone. So I'm kind of calling out a comparison between 2021 LinkedIn and 2023 LinkedIn, because I know people in our audience, they kind of use it as an excuse or an obstacle to not get started because the game has just been changing so much. But in the post then, you will see that I'm just debunking this. I'm giving solutions why a better way would still work. And then I'm just inviting people, if they want to know more, to reach out. Last but not least, frustrations. So you want to be a badass for once, and you can tap into frustrations your ideal clients face. So what are the things that keeps them up at night regarding the problem they face? What are the things that drive them crazy? And as you can see in the example here, I'm quoting prospects. I'm an expert at what I do, but how do I put this into LinkedIn content? I know for a fact that this is a frustration they struggle with because they tell us. And in this post, I'm debunking how they can solve this problem, because we work with agency owners, we work with coaches, we work with a lot of business people, and they're an expert at what they do. They have a successful business, but they're unable to translate this expertise and this knowledge to LinkedIn content. And that's where we step in with our program. If you're interested about the program, hit the link on the first link in the show notes to see more information there. And this is a sheet here that I would suggest you to screenshot this, to pause the video to screenshot this, because this is exactly how you use your content to tap into these 5 core emotions. So with fears, like I said, you want to eliminate those fears from being an issue. With objections, you want to dismantle them before they become an issue in, for example, sales calls. With desires, you want to steer this up and make them want to have the outcome. If you think back of the example what I gave from Ken Jarmus, he just steers up this desire of I want to have a profitable consulting business without getting the overhead, right? Obstacles here, you want to remove this limiting belief from the mind of your ideal clients. And last but not least, with frustrations, you want to agitate this and make them feel the pain more, because the more pain people in your audience feel, the more inclined they are to reaching out and taking action, right? And last but not least, we have a bonus for you, because as we run a ChatGPT program, we do most of the things with ChatGPT. So of course, this is also something that we do with ChatGPT. So what I'm going to show you is how to use ChatGPT to get these emotional angles for our, in this case, specific target audience. So let's get started. So we have built a custom GPT. So it's Emotion GPT. It's a uniquely trained GPT to give us examples of these core emotions, so the photos, so the fears, the objections, the desires, the obstacles, and the frustrations. So let's get started. So I press the button. It's loaded with a breakdown of our ideal client profile. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I assume here that you have a breakdown or a document of your ideal client profile. If not, you can put it together and you can use it to train the GPT on your specific ideal client profile. And as you can see here, in a matter of seconds, we have 5 examples per emotional angle. So the fear of being invisible, I'm afraid my efforts on LinkedIn will go unnoticed. That's a fear, right? Desire for recognition. I want to be recognized as an authority in my field. Cool. And as you can see, it's all written in a way that we quote the ideal clients. That's one of our preferred way of doing it. Like concerns about the program support, that's a objections. So these are kind of objections that I can tackle in my content to move people closer to working with us. As you can see, fears, objections, desires, obstacles, and frustrations. And in just a matter of seconds, we have this listed out with ChatGPT. Now, if this sounds like something you are interested in learning more of, like how you can leverage ChatGPT to get 3 to 5 warm leads per week on LinkedIn, make sure to click the first link below, watch the short video to see how the program works and book a chat with myself. In the chat, we will go over your situation and see if this program would be a great fit for you. If not, please enjoy this free content. If you liked it, drop a like, drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers. Bye-bye.